Good morning, traders. Today is June the 10th. My name is Neville Hornsey, market analyst with YouTrading, and today I'm going to be talking about the euro versus the US dollar. Today is going to be a big day because we've got the US CPI in the afternoon, and we've also got the European Central Bank rate decision, and they'll also give us some guidance on their monetary policy decisions. So the euro versus the US dollar is kind of like a key Forex pair to be looking at. If we go back in time to the pandemic last year, you can see we had a lot of volatility, obviously. We had the lows come in at sort of towards the end of March. Since then, we've been rising higher quite impulsively. We've had some big moves up, then a little consolidation, another big move up, consolidation. All right, so January the 6th and 7th this year was like the spike high. And then we corrected down quite neatly into this previous balance area. Just going to mark it up with a box. So this period here from last summer all the way through to the autumn of 2020 actually held as support when prices came back in to test the middle of that range. We can see that the momentum is still to the upside, but through the price action, obviously, making higher swing highs and higher swing lows, and the moving averages remained above the 200 EMA. We had the golden cross back in sort of June 2020, and that's remained solid since. To the downside, if we say that one spot 22 is currently acting as significant resistance, we have had this rising channel up and we've broken out. We did break down with some conviction on the 3rd of June. We've come back up a little sort of retrace, and we've taken out yesterday's low. So that is now signaling a possible breakdown, retest, and continuation to the downside. The 50 EMA did act as support last time, so a close below then would actually be bearish, and it would open up the 200 EMA quite easily. What I've got here is some black dots and some blue arrows. The black dots are the ECB dates when they've announced their monetary policy guidance, and the blue arrows are when we've had US CPI. So on an ECB day, the trend over the last few months it's been quite bullish. You see there's some big green candles and on these black dot days. Apart from this one here in April, a lot of traders are looking towards whether or not the ECB will increase or decrease or maintain their asset purchases that they're having to do under these sort of emergency conditions. It's called PEP. So any news about a change in the PEP purchases will be significant for traders today. The blue arrows, a sideways is if the US CPI met expectations. The blue arrow down is basically if the US CPI came under expectations, and then a rising blue arrow is if the US CPI exceeded expectations. And the last couple of data points, obviously due to base effects from last year, are showing that CPI is now rising quite rapidly. So if the ECB maintain their current policy, I'm expecting that to be bullish for the euro. And if we get if the US CPI beats expectations, I'm sort of assuming that this trend of overall rising prices in the euro versus the US dollar will continue. That would obviously take the dollar to have to get through this sort of consolidation period around the $90 level. If you put a line through 90, we've traded through it so many times, it's actually getting quite boring now. We need to get away from the 90 and either find a lot more buyers if we can get some swing highs taken out, or if we can, get to a certain place where sellers step back in and this like multi-decade move to the downside can continue. But we're going to focus on the Euro USD. Obviously, that is a large component of the Dixie. I am thinking overall prices go higher, but I would be concerned if the euro versus the US dollar were to close this week below the 50 period moving average. the dash lines are actually options expiries, so we might see a bit of volatility, between one spot 217 and one spot 219 today. That could be a significant level, whether or not it holds or not. And if we do come back down to test the lows, there is another options expiry today around one spot 21. That's quite significant. So today I am expecting higher euro versus USD. Obviously, that would require some sort of breakout of these prices, and it's super bullish if we can get above the start of June's high. It's really bearish if we get below June's current swing low. All right, good luck, and maybe wait until after all the news is out before making any trades. All right, take care.